Hello and welcome to this tech tutorial on bypassing the FRP or Google lock for most Chinese, generic or unbranded phones running Android 7 or 7.1. This tutorial is for educational purposes only and I take no responsibility for this being used on a stolen device, etc. This tutorial requires little technical skill and I will show you how to perform this bypass to get rid of the lock in just a few steps. This tutorial is for people who do not have access to a computer to download the appropriate files. It is much easier to download the files on a computer, but we can get around this, it's no problem. You also do not need a microSD card or SIM card in your device for this tutorial. Now we can go ahead and start this tutorial by powering the phone on and waiting till we get to the welcome screen. Go ahead and just set up the phone as normal. Make sure you connect to your Wi-Fi network as well. This is very important as you will need a Wi-Fi connection to download the appropriate files. So go ahead and connect to any of your networks and then press on next. This process will take a bit of time, so let it go through until you see your Google account lock screen. This is where we can actually start the tutorial. I've logged into this phone with my own email so I can recover this properly, but for the sake of the tutorial I will show the bypass. Now we have to go back to the first welcome screen. Once back at the welcome screen, you need to press and hold two fingers where it says welcome and wait for the prompt about talkback until you hear the beep. Now it will come up with use talkback. We will need to have this on temporarily to proceed with the bypass. With the talkback function on, draw the letter L on the screen. Some new options will appear. Select talkback settings by double tapping on it, which can be a bit tricky sometimes. Now press and hold both the volume down and volume up key to disable talkback, and then select OK by tapping twice to turn that function off. Now scroll down until you see help and feedback and select on that. Now select on use Morse code. A YouTube video will appear. Tap on that and wait for it to show the title of the video, then tap on that to open the YouTube app. You need to minimize the video playing, so just drag it down to the bottom of the screen. There are three dots at the top right corner of the YouTube app. Select on this and then select Privacy Policy. This now opens up Google Chrome. Just accept and continue and then press skip. Now we are required to download two files. The first we need to download is the main bypass application. You need to type in remote TEAMGSMEDGE APK into the search bar and press enter. Now it will show some search results. Make sure you select on this link to download the right file. Now you will need to click on download. It will try and find a mirror to download the application for you. Once it does, just select on download and then a window will appear asking you to update permissions. Select on update permissions and then select allow to download the file. Now press on OK to download. Once that's downloaded, we now need to move on to the next download. Make sure that you do not install this application that we just downloaded just yet. We need to install it later on in the tutorial, so just leave it for now. Now we need to type in QUICKSHORTCUTMAKER APK into the search bar at the top and then press enter. It will show a list of results, but make sure you select this link from up to down to download. Now if it comes up with anything saying that remote 1 has finished downloading, just ignore it for now because we'll need to install it later on. Click on download and then press on OK. Once it downloads, select Open. Now a window will appear asking you to allow unknown sources. Select on Settings, go to where it says Unknown Sources and select the little switch to switch this function on. Another window will appear, just select OK. Press back to go back to the Quick Shortcut Maker download page and download it again. It will ask you to replace the file, so just go ahead and replace it. Once it downloads, open it again and install it. Let it install, it shouldn't take that long. Now just press accept on any prompt that may appear. And then select on Open. This will open Quick Shortcut Maker. Go over to Applications just at the top and scroll down to find Settings. Tap on any one of these and then select on Try and Settings will now open up. Now we need to disable some features. Scroll down to Security, then scroll down to Device Administrators, select that and you will find just one here called Android Device Manager, which should have a checkbox next to it. Tap on this and select Deactivate this device administrator. It should now show that there is no tick in the checkbox. Press back twice until you get back to Settings and scroll up to find Apps. Select on Apps and you will see the three dots at the top right corner of the screen. Select these and then select Show System. We need to disable two applications in here. The first to disable is Google Account Manager. Scroll down and once you have found it, select on it. Press on Disable, then Disable App, and then select Force Stop, then OK, and then press back. Next, find Google Play Services, just scroll down until you find that. Once you have found it, select on it, press on Disable, then Disable App, and then select Force Stop, then OK, and then press back. Press back again to go back into Settings. We need to now head into Storage. Once in here, scroll down and then select Explore. This will open the File Manager. Go to the download folder and hopefully at this point in time the first application has downloaded and you should see it here. Go ahead and install this application. Once it finishes, simply select on Done and this will take you back into the File Manager. Press back a few times until you get back into Settings and head over to Accounts. We need to now sign into a Gmail account on this device to bypass the factory reset protection. Select on Google account and go ahead and sign into your own Google account. Agree to anything that comes up after signing in, and if everything has been successful, it should show Remote 1 has stopped working. This means the bypass is almost complete. Google Plus will also stop working as well, just select Close App. Press back once to then go back into Settings. We need to re-enable what we disabled earlier, so head back into Security, go to Device Managers and enable this. Make sure the checkbox has the tick in it again. Now go back up to Apps. Select the three dots at the top right and go to Show System. Then select on the little drop bar here to show disabled apps. It will show the two we disabled earlier. Re-enable both of these by selecting on Enable on each one. Once that's done, just go ahead and reboot your device. Once it has rebooted and shows the welcome screen, press and hold the volume up and down buttons to stop talkback, and then double tap on OK. Now go through setup as normal and accept anything that may pop up. Once it has gone through setup and you are at your home screen, the phone will become quite glitchy. The Remote One application will keep crashing. So now go into Settings, go to Accounts, and you'll see your Google account you logged into earlier. Select on this and select the three dots at the top right and select Remove Account. It may take a few tries since that remote app keeps crashing. Once you select Remove Account and there's no Gmail account left, press back. Now head to Backup and Reset and select on Factory Reset. Let the phone do a full factory reset, which will take some time. Once it is booted back up, go through setup as per normal and enable whatever you want to enable. Once you have done all that, press on finish, and that's it. The bypass is successful and you can use the phone as normal. This works on most Android 7.0 to 7.1 devices that are generic or Chinese branded. I've tried this on a couple of devices from Blue, Micromax, ZTE and this random ass Konka brand, and has worked each time no problems. Let me know in the comments if this worked for you. If it didn't, it may be a different security method on your device or something that may be stopping it from working. Just keep trying and make sure to follow the instructions and you should be right. As long as it's Android 7.0 or 7.1 and a generic unbranded device, it should work. Thanks for watching and I hope this worked for you. If you like this content, feel free to leave a like or a dislike if you didn't. Thanks heaps for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.